When I first moved into apartment 3B, I didn't notice anything unusual. It was small, cheap, and smelled faintly of mildew. But it was mine, and after a long, messy breakup and a job I barely clung to, I needed the space, a new start, something quiet. The building was old, cracks in the walls, thin ceilings, the kind of place where you could hear your neighbors breathe. But that didn't bother me. I liked the noise. It made me feel less alone. The first night, I slept fine. The second, I woke up around 3:12 a.m. to a sound I couldn't place. A dragging sound, software rhythmic, like someone slowly pulling a heavy bag across carpet. I sat up in bed, trying to figure out where it was coming from. It didn't sound like the apartment above or next to mine. It sounded closer. I stood, walked toward the wall, listened. The sound was coming from the air vent. Just behind the grill in the wall, something was moving. I turned on the lights. The sound stopped instantly. I laughed it off. Old buildings make weird noises. Probably rats or raccoons. Something. The next day I told my landlord, Mr. Elliott, a pale man in his 70s with watery eyes and a permanent sneer. "Vents?" he said. "Ain't no way something's in the vents. They're sealed shut." He looked at me with something like pity, then turned and walked away without another word. That night, I stayed up listening. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the dragging sound started again. I crept closer to the vent, my ear inches from the metal. Then I heard something new. Breathing. Slow, labored breathing. And then a whisper. "Don't. Look." I jumped back. The air was suddenly cold. I grabbed a screwdriver from the kitchen drawer and unfastened the grill. Shining my flashlight inside, I expected to see dust, pipes, nothing more. But instead, I saw something that didn't make sense. There was a tunnel, an actual tunnel. It looked carved by hand, uneven, jagged, with scratch marks along the inside walls. It stretched far into the darkness, curving somewhere out of sight. I should have called someone, the police, a contractor, anyone, but I didn't. I crawled inside. The tunnel was tight and cold. The air smelled like wet stone and rust. After about 10 feet, it opened into a small space, a chamber, maybe 5 feet across. And in the center of it, there was a pile of things. Clothes, old clothes, dirty, torn, covered in dust and black stains. And on the wall opposite me, carved deep into the brick, were words. "He watches through the grates." I crawled back, heart racing, slammed the vent shut. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I found a letter taped to my door. No name, just a single sentence in rough, scrawled handwriting. "Do not remove the grate." But I already had. And that night, things got worse.